Rockin' G6, yeah.
Where's our beer, man?
Production.
Waitress, we need a beer. Heineken Lights, too.
Budweiser. That's what we got. Rockin' G6.
It's playoff time, Jake the Snake.
That's right, baby.
Not for me, but it's playoff time for you.
We got the champagne chilling on ice.
Gotta win 2 more games, Jake.
It's all right. We're not celebrating early.
All right, thank you, waitress.
Thank you, thank you.
Cheap Budweiser, really?
Yeah, we're on a budget here.
Heineken's the king of beers. Heineken Light. I'm in my makeshift production studio here at the headquarters of Serb Destroyers. Welcome back to the Jacked Up Fantasy Football League 2010 preview show. Are we good, production assistant? We're good. Okay, Jake, cheers.
Cheers, thank you.
And congratulations on making the playoffs. You had the worst winning percentage of any team ever. I cheered and I didn't take a sip.
Yeah.
Anyway, you had the worst winning percentage ever in fantasy football, Jacked Up Fantasy League, and you made the playoffs. How do you feel?
I feel great. I'm really pumped up. I got the champagne on ice, ready for Mark the Bulldogs first. And
Is that
then,
champagne?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Welch's
Sparkling
red grape.
That's correct. We're going to celebrate as a family here.
That's G-A-Y with a capital G.
That's all right.
I don't know if you guys can see this. Remember the whole famous playoffs?
That's right.
Playoffs?
What?
Yeah, we are in the playoffs officially. The show is hosted by the commissioner as always and the most improved fantasy football owner of all time, Jake the Snake. I have to say that I had to change this last minute because it said the luckiest fantasy football owner of the year, but you made me change this because you didn't want to do the show unless I put this on.
Yeah,
here.
no negativity.
Well, all I gotta say is that, well, dude, come on, me and you know that negativity. All I have to say is when you have the worst winning percentage ever, you have nowhere to go but up.
Exactly.
So it's pretty easy being the most improved. So the Serb Destroyers is hosting. We're at the headquarters of the Serb Destroyers. This was Jake back in the days.
Good looking guy.
First, second grade, whatever. Let's go into the playoff preview. We got 2 games, obviously 4 teams made it. Let's talk about in detail the Bulldogs and the Serb Destroyers, Jake. We're going to go position by position, but first let's talk a little bit about each owner. Mark was one of the best teams all year. Last year he was an expansion team, 5-9. This year 10-4. The number 2 overall seed, and he averaged about 112 points per game during the season. Jake, you were right there, about 110, and a big improvement, 9-5. What was your record last year?
5-9,
5-9.
7-7, doesn't matter. 5-9, I believe it was.
I don't think it was 7-7.
I just flipped the number.
Because you were only 7-7 once your entire season
That's
career, so I can remember. It was only once.
Yeah, it's right.
So let's go position by position here. Quarterback comparison: Peyton Manning and Joe Flacco. I give the advantage here to Mark. I don't think there's really a question. I know that Peyton Manning's been a little up and down the last couple of weeks, but do you think Flacco can outscore Peyton Manning?
I think looking at Flacco's numbers, he's going to produce just like he's been producing all year. He's been averaging double digits all year, pretty much, except for maybe one game. He's going to give me at least 15 to 20 points. That's what I'm looking at of Flacco. Manning's going to have the edge this matchup. The Colts have to win to secure the division. That's the only way to get in the playoffs. So,
But Jags always play him tight.
They're playing tight. We'll see what happens. But I think Flacco's going to give me enough points, and that's all that matters. You give the advantage to Mark all you want, but I only need 15, 20 points out of Flacco.
Well, I mean, this is on paper. Matchups on paper, Mark has an advantage.
Maybe. Flacco's 6-1 this year. Plays great at home. Yeah, they're playing. They got a tough matchup against
He's
the Saints.
6-1 at home?
Yes, he is. Yeah. So look that up if you don't believe
Okay.
it. I know my players.
Let's look at the running back comparison. We got Peyton Hillis, one of the surprise running backs of the year. Rashad Mendenhall go up against a tough Jets defense. And Jake, explain this game time decision comment.
Game time decision.
You got 5 running backs and you can't figure out which one to play.
Well, we picked up a couple key players this week that I believe are going to take the Serb Destroyers to the championship game. That's Javaris James and Rashard Jennings. As much as you hate those 2 pickups, especially Rashard Jennings playing behind as a secondary player to Maurice Jones-Drew, your player, I just think Rashard Jennings is an up-and-coming player. He's fast. He's a game-time decision maker, and he's going to help the Jacksonville Jaguars keep them in the game against the Colts. Mark my words. Game-time decision is Adrian Peterson. There's a little problems in Minnesota lately. They don't have a stadium.
They don't have a quarterback.
They don't have a quarterback. Some guy by the name of Joe Webb off the web. I don't know where they found the guy, but you know, it's going to be hard for Adrian Peterson.
That's pretty good.
Like that?
Very witty, very creative.
Yeah, I tried.
Did you think about that? Or you had it all.
No, I kind of spurred him on.
Well,
but anyway,
here's the way I look at it. You got 5 running backs in your roster. I did look at this. You got 3 guys that average over 20 carries every single game. And then you got 2 guys that are kind of like a secondary running back. So to me, you got to give the guys that have the most opportunity to get the touches in the game. And right now, as of Saturday night, you have Rashard Jennings
and Javaris James.
And you got Thomas Jones on the bench. You got Peterson on the bench, and you got but Jarvis Green is the flex. So.
But Jarvis Green's a flex. Well, like I said, we got a couple players game time decision.
Well, I still think Mark has the advantage regardless because I think he's got stronger running backs. The wide receivers, Dwayne Bowe, who's kind of cooled off a little bit the last couple of weeks, and Kenny Britt. You got Deshaun Jackson going up against a tough Giants secondary, and Lance Moore, you know, a third receiver on a
We picked him up on the off week here. Lance Moore, we believe, as a slot receiver for New Orleans Saints, is going to make some key plays for Drew Brees.
Yeah.
They're going to, you know, they're playing against a tough team at home in the Ravens, and I just think Drew Brees is going to concentrate across the middle for people like Lance Moore. So we'll see what happens.
Well, that's a good observation, Jake.
Thank you.
You know, Dwayne Bowe, I think if Castle is playing, I would have given the edge to Mark, but he's a question mark. Deshaun Jackson is a stud, but you know he's all or nothing.
I mean, we're looking at Dwayne Bowe that had 1 point last week. Obviously, Castle's didn't play. He's game time decision this week too. Without Castle, Dwayne Bowe's nobody.
But do you agree that if Castle plays, Bowe and Jackson are going to be pretty equal based on the matchups, and Britt and Moore about equal?
Yeah, Kenny Britt, I have a problem with that because Tennessee's got nothing to play for. Maybe they'll be airing it out. I don't even know who the quarterback's going to be.
Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins. I mean, we know what he can
do. You agree with the advantage?
Advantage is even, I guess. Whatever.
All right. Flex, we got Tolbert, who went on Thursday night against 49ers, got 10 points, got a touchdown. Didn't do much, but got that 1-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Jake, again, game time decision. It's going to be a running back, but we don't know which of the 5, right?
Yeah, we're looking at Jarvis Green, Ellis, and we're looking at, we don't know yet. We might do you know, we're leaving this up in the air. Let the Bulldogs start guessing who we're going to play here.
Yeah, I'm sure Mark is trembling in his seat, waiting for your roster to be
he's probably trembling. It's a little
solidified.
cold up in Denver right now, but
That's actually pretty nice. I talked to Randy yesterday.
All right.
I give the advantage to Mark because I just don't think no matter who you put in that flex position is going to score more than 10 points. So since we already know how many points he got, it's
Yeah.
fair to say I think your guy's going to get more than 10. So I think it'll be less than 10, so I give the advantage to Mark. Tight end comparison, you know, obviously a big advantage to you because all Boss has to do is, you know, catch 1 or 2 passes.
exactly.
Davis did nothing, absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. They got shut out. 49ers got shut out. I was kind of surprised the week before. Vernon had 19 points, and all of a sudden he has nothing. They didn't do nothing. They couldn't do nothing. You know, San Diego was a good team. They played a good game. And
Kevin Boss had a touchdown on Monday night, right?
Kevin Boss is one of my better pickups in the last couple of weeks, and nobody's giving credit. He's kind of a sleeper pickup for the Serve Destroyers, and he's been producing.
Is he the biggest boss that you've seen thus far?
Is he the biggest boss?
That you've seen thus far?
No, not yet.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I give the advantage to Jake on that one. Kicker, you know, Mark had 3 guys already go on Thursday, so we got, he's up 20-0. So basically his 3 players, you know, averaging him, whatever, just over 6 points a game. So not a great, you know, performance by those 3 guys, especially Vernon Davis.
Which helps
getting
the
nothing.
Serve Destroyers a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I think the advantage here I think it's actually even because I think Vinatieri is good for 1 or 2 field goals, a couple of extra points, and I think he's going to score right around 10 points.
Well, we think Vinatieri is going to have a game like he had last week that started our last week's game started with 14 points. So, yeah, you're pretty much on the money. He's going to have double figure.
2 field goals and a couple extra points. That's
Should
10
do
points. Yeah. Defense, special teams. I actually give a pretty big edge here to Mark. I just, you know, with Tim Tebow starting his first ever start against the Raiders. Not that the Raiders have a great defense,
Yeah.
but you know, I don't think he's ready. And I realize they're playing him because they have nothing to lose. Just let's see what the guy can do. It's an audition for next year, but I can see a couple of pick sixes.
Actually, I kind of disagree with your analysis with this game. The Raiders are going to win. They're going to win outright. There's no doubt about it. They're going to win with their offense, not their defense. They have a different type of game plan for Tim Tebow versus a Kyle Orton or any other quarterback that would play for Denver. Tim Tebow is going to run. He's going to run. He's going to run. Mark my words. He's not going to throw the ball away. He can't make those throws in the NFL yet. I agree. He's not ready. He's not going to make those throws downfield. So, Zach, if I was you, I'd take one of your Denver receivers out for the game because he's not throwing down the field.
So you're giving advice to the back-to-back champion?
Pretty much.
Okay, we'll get to him in a second.
Yeah.
You're just like him. You can't follow.
Yeah, I follow. But I'm just saying, I think this matchup's even. I think the Eagles, proven all year round, is probably the best defense in the league. The most consistent. That's why we drafted them. That's why we stayed with them all year except for the bye week.
And you know what? Manning does force the ball, and he is a little prone to throwing interceptions.
Exactly.
So you never know. We could see a pick six there. I have to pick Mark, and this isn't because I'm not giving you credit for making the playoffs. It's just the matchups. I think his running backs are better. I think his quarterback is better, and I think the defense. I just think that's going to be the difference. I think the Raiders against Tim Tebow, Manning. It's going to be the difference. Peyton Hillis against the Bengals.
Obviously, I disagree. Just breaking down Mark's matchups this week. Peyton Hill's been a stud all year. He's worn out. They proved that last week in Buffalo that Hillis can be stopped when you concentrate just on the run.
But McCoy's back.
McCoy's back, but he's not 100%.
So they have to respect the running game a little bit.
They have to respect the passing game. That's what you meant.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks for correcting me. How are we on time?
Doing great. Obviously, I disagree. I think the Service Destroyers are not going to roll, but I think, Vegas got this all wrong. Mark's mentioned he's a little bit afraid. He won't call me up or anything, wish me luck, or I haven't called him either. I don't know the guy, but Service Destroyers are going to beat Mark by double digits.
All right. Well, we're running a little behind on time here, so let's give equal time to the other game. Archon Tigers, #1 seed against the wild card TNT. I have a picture of the two of these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so TNT 9-5 record, averaged the most points this season.
Congratulations to TNT, Tony.
123. And Archon was right there with you and me and Mark, about 110, 111. Quarterback comparison: Eli Manning, the other Manning, versus Palmer. Of course, some bad luck here for TNT with Aaron Rodgers ruled out of the game. So I give the advantage here to Manning because I just think Palmer is horrible.
Yeah, the Giants, obviously with Manning, if they win this week, they're gonna win their division. So I agree with that.
Okay. Running back comparison: McCoy, Steven Jackson versus Foster and Felix Jones. I give a slight advantage to Zach, but not much. I think it's somewhat of an even matchup.
I think Tony's Arian Foster's going to go off at Tennessee this year. I mean, this week. Sorry, tomorrow. And Felix Jones is up and coming. He's getting the ball more. He's scoring touchdowns. That's all that matters. And I just think that actually the slight advantage is to Tony in the running.
Well, Steven Jackson's still a stud, and McCoy, has been good too. So
McCoy's got a tough matchup.
He does.
New York.
But he's not a straight runner. He's more of that screen guy, and he can fully.
We'll see.
A linebacker has to be on him. That's going to be tough to do in those little screen passes. Running back comparison: I give a edge to Tony here, even without Aaron Rodgers. I think Matt Flynn had a whole week.
Wide receiver comparison.
What did I say? Running back?
Yeah.
My bad. Wide receiver comparison. Tony has an advantage even without Rodgers because Matt Flynn practiced all week with Greg Jennings. Unlike last week where he looked horrible, he was shell-shocked. This is different. Yes, he makes his first start, but he practiced all week. That makes a difference. Roddy White is always good for at least 10, 12 points.
Another correction, I apologize. Jennings is misspelled right here.
Okay. All right.
Tony, I gave Tony a slight advantage, even without Rodgers.
Okay. The flex, Stewart, the running back for the Panthers, Jonathan Stewart, the Daily Show, and Knicks. I give an advantage here to Tony because with Steve Smith hurt, Manningham I think is questionable. I think they're going to put their best corner on Knicks, and that's going to hurt Knicks a little bit.
Actually,
so I give the advantage to Tony.
They're going to double team Knicks and then throw to hopefully Kevin Boss a lot.
Okay, hope so. Tight end comparison. Both, how do you say that? Scaff? I say that. Daniels, Owen Daniels hasn't done much. I'm a little surprised he hasn't playing.
There's no advantage here.
I would have played Ben Watson with McCoy. McCoy loves Ben Watson,
exactly.
So I don't understand that move. But he doesn't want to play at Cleveland Browns. Why pick him up and not play him? Whatever. He leads the league in reception, the team in reception. So I give an advantage to Zach. Again, some questionable moves here by TNT. Carpenter versus Bueller. I think that Carpenter is, I think he's good for 3-4 field goals. It's going to be a low-scoring game between Buffalo and Miami.
I agree. Not much there.
So I give Zach the advantage. Defense, special teams. Once again, I give the advantage to Zach. And again, I really want to see Tony win. Just so we're clear, I'm going through the matchups here. I got to be realistic. I can't be biased.
Because Tony's had a tough break with Vincent Jackson sitting on the bench.
Yeah, who would have predicted 41 points?
Nobody.
But we got Rex Grossman going up against the Cowboys defense, who's playing better.
That's gonna be rough.
And the guy is horrible.
Steelers Jets. That's a defensive matchup. Not a lot of points there. I don't think there are a lot of turnovers.
Yeah,
either, so.
I don't think it'd be a lot. I think it'd be more turnovers in the Cowboys Washington game.
Exactly.
So, again, I have to give the advantage to Zach. Slight advantage. It's going to be a close game without Rodgers. Some tough luck there by Tony. This is why you draft the number one overall pick for TNT. This is why you draft the guy
to play,
and he's not there in the playoffs. So
nothing you can do about that, Tony. Just
wish you the
best of luck.
Just some bad luck.
Also,
but I think Zach and the Bulldogs make it in the championship game. Two best teams throughout the season. I think that would be fair.
I disagree, but go ahead.
So tell me your pick. You think
obviously, Serb Destroyers, and it looks like Zach's going to roll this week.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay. So you think it's all Serbian championship game?
First time ever, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, good luck to all 4 teams, and that's all the time we have. Brought to you by a second-tier beer.
Good luck to everybody except for Mark this week.
Good luck to everyone, and see you guys next week for the championship preview. Peace.
Peace.